Hello, Shelves Kyson. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day so far. Got crop crappie when you're fishing. Nice. How many did you catch? Did you measure how many inches it was? Yeah, if you get one big trophy fish, then that's good enough. Thanks everyone for watching, and make sure to double tap the screen to give the stream a thumbs up. Hope everyone's having a good day. And welcome, Metric. Today was a nice viewing day. Get the good view of the white with brown spots. You got a bluegill too? Nice. When you were living in the country, Metric, did you have any horses? Or have any family with horses? There were plenty around. Yeah, I'm sure you probably had friends who had them, or they had friends who had them. Was scared of them as a kid. Yeah, I think I remember for a little while too. I probably would have been more if my grandma and her second husband bought some. What'd you have for dinner, Shelves Kyson? It's okay if you're still scared of Metric's horse. If you're still scared of horses, Metric. My favorite food? I know it's hard. I got a few. It's really hard to pick one, but I guess if you're gonna force me, it'd have to be some kind of pizza. I really like Mexican food a lot, and like a good chimichanga. Well, hello, pretty horse. Why don't you mosey on up here? You think they'd fall for the same buddy trick where I just close my hand and pretend there's a snack in it and I get him to do a roll? You haven't had dinner yet, Kyson? Yeah. It's like you guys are always so happy to see the white with brown spots, but what about me? I was a champion. Good news and go live. Nice. Glad you got it to work out, Kyson. Who was it that was having trouble with it yesterday? Violet. If you see someone named It's Violet, maybe you could help them. Help her. She's been having trouble. Get hers going. Yeah, the brown horse is very nice too. Looks like it's made of chocolate. Will I watch your live? It depends on if I see it when I'm not streaming myself. I'm usually either streaming or charging my phone if I'm not on the bike traveling between, but I'll say the same to any of my members. I usually try to, before I start a live, I'll usually see if anybody else is, but there's so many of us, you can't constantly stop because someone else is. What are you going to do your live about, Kyson? So you think you're going to do it tomorrow, but you don't know what you're going to do it of? Yeah, that's a good point. Do your parents know you're going live? It's always good to ask questions. Come back. Come back. Okay, now I gotta slowly roll backwards. Welcome, Dante. Nice to see you. You still stuck underwater, Dante? I could get on one of these horses and tow you out using real horsepower. But with the sun out, it's kind of hard to see where that decimal point is on there, Dante. But so I appreciate your donating $1. Come here, chocolate. Here, chocolate. I'm trying to just hold the phone in the shade here, and then Dante's got me looking at the chat. If you want me to do a kickflip, a backflip on this bicycle, unfortunately, it just won't be possible. Yes, but we definitely would all be impressed. 100%. I want you to jump the fence and ride the horse. Oh, nice try, Metric, sneaking that in there. You could have at least said, I'll give you 100 doll hairs afterwards. Next time. I liked it a lot more when they were in the shade. What? I'm just trying to tilt my hat to color the screen. Wow, Dante, man, thank you so much, dude. I gotta get the heart. I gotta get us. Sorry for a second. Just going up the shape. Finally. Nope. Sorry, guys. The shakiness. There we go. There we go. And I thought that maybe in like a week or next month, see the other half, man. Well, that Dante just set a new record. Now I gotta take a picture of that so it gets that at the top. Dante, I'm speechless. I have no idea how much that helped me out. I got 4 different credit cards I'm trying to pay down. Had 5, but I just paid off one finally after a couple years. In the future, when we're traveling, we'll be owing it, big chunk of it to Dante. Sometime I plan on, in the future, I want to drive up to Niagara Falls and live stream from Niagara Falls. Never had a credit card? That's probably a good idea metric. I don't know. If I wouldn't have got them, I wouldn't be in the debt, but I wouldn't have traveled either. So I probably wouldn't be talking to you awesome people right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dante. YouTube earnings for the month there. Recently, that would have been a few months for me. Be buying aliens everywhere. You'd have alien posters and yeah, it reminds me I haven't posted it yet for my members. This weekend I'm gonna do Albuquerque because Krista was talking about Breaking Bad. Sometime in the future, I went to Roswell, so I got a few pictures from. Unfortunately, there was didn't really take any videos, but Roswell is really just like any other city, except there's more alien touristy souvenir shops everywhere, and a few alien statues around town. But I only got to spend a few days there. That house? What house? You having a good afternoon, Sam? Nice, good to see you. So I didn't mean to ignore you. Until the sun goes down more, it's still hard to see the chat. yeah, I'm definitely so happy I got to go to Roswell. Believe it or not, one of my favorite things probably about Roswell was going to McDonald's. It actually is like I got pictures from that from the outside and the inside, but the place is built like a giant UFO with lights spinning around it. I actually have a short, which is way down the list. You'd probably be more likely to find it if you start with my oldest shorts, but you'll see a McDonald's that looks like a UFO. Did I cover the mic? Is the mic okay now? Dante's generosity just broke the stream probably, which is all good. Just super awesome, fantastic. Thank you, Dante, so much. Should be able to hear the, I know, amazing kindness from Dante. Still here, by the way. Wasn't sure. I kind of figured it would be. I've had a couple people come and they'll leave like a $1 or $2 super chat for Buddy, and then they are gone like immediately, which is fine. They're just like skipping through. And there was one time it was either $1 or $2 popped up, and it just said, "What is this?" And it was from a name that I had never seen in chat or in the comments. So it was like, maybe he clicked on the wrong stream. Buy him a golden football. I'll definitely look that up on, I'll look that up on Amazon, or look for a Buffalo Bills football. I think he could use another football or two. He's already had fun with this one. He needs a new one. No, I'll just buy one from a dollar store and then get gold metallic paint and paint it. My dad was a painter. He did house painting, not artist painting. But so we'll just paint it gold, and I'll tell you it's real gold, or gold plated. That reminds me, I don't know if you guys have seen this show, Pawn Stars. But it's about this pawn shop in Vegas, and I went there and they had this piece of, they had fossilized dinosaur feces for like $5,000. It was more than I spent on my first vehicle. But I guess a lot of things, if you get anything signed by a celebrity or a picture of it with a celebrity, then it just quadruples the value. But nowadays, people are getting better making fakes with 3D printers and it'd be a lot more helpful if these people moved that big hay bale closer to this fence. At first, I thought it just said third alien. Like, when did you sell the first and second? I don't think those aliens that would be in 4D with smell included. It rolled over on its back. Do you know if Lurkin was planning to go live anymore tonight? Did he say? He said. Heard him mention shops, but I didn't ever catch if he said anything definitive. He didn't say anything at the end that I caught. He said it's kind of like a maybe, I thought. Said he might. He looked a little uncomfortable. Yeah, I kind of thought so too, just because I recognized that look. Had it myself plenty of times. It's probably being in a new location that he's not used to, and in the wind. It was really windy there. And probably the sun was making it hard to see the chat too. But I think he said he's going to be there for a few days, so if he streams, does some more tomorrow or Thursday, he might be feeling a little more comfortable about it. I don't know, whenever you're traveling too, you put so much expectations thinking that when you stream at that specific spot, it's going to skyrocket. So you put so much expectations on it. Like for my birthday, I went and seen the live alligators. And when I went to that place a year ago, it was my most popular live stream yet. And it got almost 2,000 views in 1 hour. It was holding above 40 people watching. So I went there again this year, and for months my anticipation was building, and I was expecting the stream to do great too. And then I got there and I scheduled one, and it didn't take off. So then I stopped and I kept trying to start new ones, and I was staring at live alligators moving like the whole time, and none of the streams took off. And I only got like maybe 1 subscriber when I was there, but then went to the beach afterwards and picked up like 6 or 7 there.
Nice to be able to stop and smell the roses sometimes.
It is.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
You as well.
But then there's just earlier today, one of the 15-minute streams with Buddy, I got 3 subscribers. And I've done that before with just a live stream with him, just 6 or 7 minutes long. So it's like you put so much expectations when you're traveling at these big places, and then they don't pan out. And then when you're back home doing an easy stream, some of those will take off. Yeah, I'd been looking forward to catching him there, because he actually told me and Lily at that breakfast stream, and well, I think you did say you watched it later, so you might have caught that. Unless he made the stream private. I'm not sure if he made the stream private or not. Well, someone donated $100. Oh my God, you're right, dude. Holy crap, someone did donate $100. Wow. Dante. Look at Dante, man. I heard that guy went from like 350 subs to 3,350 subs in just like a couple days. And that's awesome that the one video, especially since you put so much time into it, you did like 2 weeks working on that video, but to get 4,500 views on that video, that was great. I look at a lot of other channels that are bigger than me, ones that there's a few I'm kind of competing with, and then other ones I just want to see what's popular for them and what they're doing lately versus the older ones. And I've seen channels with up to 50,000 subscribers, and their most recent videos aren't breaking 200 views. Quite a few channels that have well over 10,000 subscribers, 25,000, and they aren't getting 200 views on their recent videos. You can try looking for the refund button. If you can find it, that would be funny. Just to get someone's reaction, because then you could go into a stream and $500, and then watch them like pee themselves, and then you take it back. I would only do it to, you'd only do it to someone who's like, already got plenty of money. It'd be cruel to do it to most people. But it would be funny with just like $1. I would do it like $1 with people. Give $1, then take it back, and then wait a couple minutes, and then give them $2 instead. You put blood, sweat, and tears in their lives. Well, I appreciate you recognizing that, Dante. Right back to when you donated too, I did have to roll the bike back in the sun. And I got sunburn on my left arm, so I was really uncomfortable back there. So I'm glad they came up here. So thank you very much for recognizing that. Game recognizes game. It's just a little bit of sunburn. I've had much worse. I remember when I was still living in Missouri, in my early 20s, I came down a little road trip by myself, and I was so excited to see the beach. I walked it for a couple hours during the day, didn't put on any sunscreen, and the next day I had sunburn literally so bad that there was literally bubbles up and down my arms. When your skin is literally bubbling, that's very bad. So then I was here for like a week, but I had to like spend like, and I was traveling down in this truck I had with a camper shell in the back and a blow up air mattress. And I had to like just avoid the sun completely for a couple of days until it got better. Yeah. I imagine that falls. If you come to the beach, you'll see dozens of people who, like, yep, it's their first time at the beach. And they're like, got lobster arms. Bought a bottle for $50, never used it. Well, at that rate, then it should last you for many years, Metric. Better than spending $50 on something that you still got sunscreen. But yeah, I'll tell you about probably one of the hardest live streams I did was last summer when I was traveling. I was staying around Orlando, and I was looking, and I found this place.
Here, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, you might want to get over a little bit for these folks.
But I found the only place in Disney that you could go to for free, and they had this. I had to go through a security gate and tell them that I was going to one specific spot, and they had this lookout, and there was like this big lodge and like hotel. That's why it was a free spot, because there was like a few lookout spots around this Animal Kingdom Lodge, I think it was called. And two of the spots you couldn't see any animals. They're way too far away to try to get on camera. But one of the spots, I walked up and there was about 30 flamingos, and they were right here. I could have reached out and I could have easily tossed something out. I couldn't touch them, but they were all closer than the horses to me. And I stood in that spot, and it was 95 degrees out, and I stood there even with an umbrella above me, and I had a wet rag wrapped around my neck to cool me down. The stream ran for just over an hour, and I remember afterwards I went back in the lodge and I almost passed out just because there was no wind at all, standing in 95 degree. And I didn't even I think I got like 1 subscriber, so I worked way too hard. That's an example of putting way too much effort into one place. I did a couple shorts from there, and those probably did just as good, got a subscriber, so I should have just took like 50 shorts. It'll be there forever. Are they talking about the horses or the flamingos? The horses are beautiful. The flamingos there, they kind of looked they didn't look as bright and pink or red like I've seen other ones. But yeah, the live stream is a ways down there, but it's easy to spot. You'll see a picture with a bunch of flamingos, like 30 different ones, and then there was a short too. But yeah, I'll have to go back there and just either get there a little bit later in the day when it's past that hottest part. That's why it was so bad too. I was getting ready to leave town, so I had to go there around noon. So it was like the worst time. My beautiful horses that I definitely own. This one I've named Spreckles, and that one is named Dante. Welcome back, Dante. Decided to name that horse after you, Dante. And that one's Spreckles. Feel the same way, Metric. I still remember met you just not even a week before Dante. And it's crazy when you start finding a few people and then they're connected to other channels, and then you start building this like big web. How long did you know Shay before me? Or Bozo? I still remember when Dante gave me those. It was like 50, 55. And I remember you said, I told you if I come back, I donate. And I actually kind of like remember like where I was at in the yard when I read it. And a lot of people say it, but don't do it. So I was just like, I was just like, well, if that's true, that's cool. But either way, I'm just happy to have you here. Come on, guys. It's hard to get. Shay, only a month or so. Jay, gotcha. It's just been a great year so far. Yeah, on one hand, it feels like it's been a lot longer than just a few weeks. But then on the other hand, it feels like it's still pretty new. And when I was traveling last summer, the chat was like always dead. There was one person, one girl who was younger than me, and she was too young for me, but she would like constantly like, be careful, don't do this. And I think she actually might have graduated, but she was living with her parents, which was fine, but she didn't have any kind of job or didn't want to start a channel or really have like any goals at all. But she was like constantly criticizing me while I was traveling. So I didn't feel too good about it, but I eventually had to mute her. Or she might have just stopped coming around. But what was really bad was there was this woman from India who was older than my mom. And she would come in every single one of my live streams. And she was more overprotective than my mom. Like, she would constantly be like, what have you ate? What have you drank? What? start telling me this, and then she was being more overprotective than my mom ever was. It was weird. And then I found out, and it was this woman who was actually like older than my mom, living in India. So I had like this, all of a sudden, this Indian mom that I didn't ask for. But then I found out she said she only slept 2 hours every night. And I said, you got to sleep more than that. And she said, no, I've been doing it my whole life. It's perfectly normal. So you don't have to believe me. You can just look up on the internet. 2 hours of sleep is not good to do for an extended period of time. So I eventually, and then once in a while I would do a gaming live stream, and she'd come into that. And one time I was playing Planet Zoo, where you build your own like custom zoo. And so I was doing that, and she came in the stream, and she goes, "Oh, I thought you were at a real zoo. I don't like video games." and that was like the only thing that was said for a while. So it was just like she would just come in and kill the mood. But she would do that other times when I was playing other games. She would come in and say, I don't like video games, but I wanted to stop in for a minute. And I'm just thinking, if you don't like what I'm streaming, then why you click on the video? Watch something else. You finally get caught up on some sleep metric. You needed it. You were trying to pull a bozo a couple nights there. But yeah, for a while, it was just the Indian woman in the live stream, and then I had to mute her. So it was like I had this party, and it was down to one guest, and I had to kick her out. And then like once in a while Scott would come in, but thankfully. Or my friend Stoneheart. She lives in the Philippines, and she has a beautiful dog named Sushi. It's a Akita Inu, I think. Well, looks like this horse is getting past the pile. I'll wait until it crosses the 50 minutes. That will be the longest horse stream. We had to set a new record for Dante's record, Generosity. 50 minutes. Longest by far that I've live streamed the horses. 40 minutes, including all the times I was looking down at the ground. The horse is like, well, I don't care when you think you're stopping stream. I'm walking off set. So thanks everyone for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And hope you have a good night.